Yo! Hello there. We should be live. Oh no, you're talking about fucking Call of Duty in chat. No! You're gonna get my artistic hyperfixation focused. The problem is, right? Is I was playing last night. I was playing Warzone last night, and it's just like this is basically how you play Warzone if you want to play to like a reasonable standard, right? What you do is you load up this website, okay? Warzone meta, and you go, what's the best assault rifle? Okay, boom, put that in. Best SMG, boom, put that in. Want to use a sniper? Boom. To be fair, you could probably choose either of these and it's fine. Like, I'm so bored of using the fucking Cypher that I decided to try the XMG, you know? In fact, me and Pans were like, tweaking our loadouts, and I said, oh, I might try the XMG. And we went into ranked, and I didn't realise, but he took my words to heart and played a round of ranked with an XMG. And obviously just doesn't compete. It doesn't compete at the top level of, like, this against the Cypher. So you just end up getting raped and losing. Like, normal games are where you could experiment and have more fun with it, but ranked, you just have to play the meta weapons, or you're just at a disadvantage, you know? And then if you're at a disadvantage and you're playing against like a crimson or iridescent player who's just going to be better than you more than likely, right? Then you're just literally going to get raped. You lose it. You've lost the edge on weapons. Also, I'm often playing on American servers, so I'm also a bit fucking behind there. Classic moments where like I'm behind cover and someone shoots the air where I was and I die because on their screen I'm not where I think I am. Very annoying. So, you got the lag for me, you've got the gun, like you just and the player's better than you as well. You're just fucked basically. Yeah, I'll play Atomfall. I'll play Atomfall, sure. And then on top of that as well, in fact, I'll use this as an opportunity to show you this, right? So, check this out. Unfortunately, it hasn't got any audio because I just recorded it off of my OBS, which doesn't have the audio set up for the game. But yeah, this was pretty wild. Look at this. So I am solo queuing ranked, and I end up on a team of two iridescent players. And iridescent is the top rank beneath the top 250 players. Okay? And I'm thinking, okay, this is pretty nice. I'm going to get carried. I'm going to get a few points. Right? And then I notice that these iridescent players are dropping at a certain point. Okay? And then on top of that as well, there's other teams that seem to be dropping to the same place. So far, so yeah, that's what happens. But then I notice that my teammates and the other people that are dropping in the same place, I notice that they've all got the same skin. And I'm like, oh, I see. So I've basically joined with a bunch of people that are teaming. Fantastic. So, and I didn't capture this part because I wasn't sure what to do. Like they started shooting me. They started killing me off. And then eventually they just wouldn't get me back. They like brought me back once and then I dropped and tried to shoot them and then I got fucking killed immediately because there was like fucking 5 players shooting at me. And they never brought me back. But then what they were doing is they were like dropping each other and they were sharing like the money to get each other. Look, you can see that's an enemy combatant, and they're not fucking shooting them. So anyway, you can hear me breathing though, in sheer anger. So I reported them. Anyway, you get a better gist of it here. And the thing is, you can't quit either. If you quit ranked, you just get raped and you lose a bunch of points. But yeah. If you scroll forward a bit, you can see it more clearly. Look, watch this. Oh, you can see it there. But then there's a point where they're just... Look, dude. Look at this, dude. And then they're like all running down the... Bro, dude, look at it. It's obscene. I think this is it. Where look at that. Absolutely disgusting that this is just allowed to happen. Look at this. There's like 3 teams just teaming together. Not even trying to hide it, exactly. Just blatant. And then the other thing that was so annoying about it, right, is I thought, well, you know, even though I'm not playing, like at least I'll get my points zeroed out, because presumably they'll be able to get to, because, you know, I didn't have any kills. So presumably they get up to like a high placement, so I'd get like, you know, 0 or 10 points. So at least I wouldn't be detrimented by this. Because obviously, you know, they didn't bring me back because they were teaming. And then, if we skip a bit forward further, they're obviously utterly dog shit players. They're totally and utterly dog shit players. So they got totally raped. Like, when, I think they placed like 23rd or something. So I was minus 45 points as well. You know, you skip ahead. Like, look, bro. Dude. Right, they're fucking total dog shit as well. So you can see, this is my points up here, I think. Is it my points? Yeah, that's my points up there, minus 45. Like, look how shit they are. They're absolutely terrible. Just dire. So, you know, I don't know what even happened to the people they were teaming with. They seem to have disappeared. Look at that, man. All false bullshit kills. 21st. Minus 45 for me. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. So I didn't even get my points zeroed out or anything, because the game thought I, you know, didn't realise what was going on. And then the problem is as well is, you know, I'm negatively detrimented by that game unfairly, but there's no accounting for that because they've got no seeming way of assessing this. And there's been so many games recently where this fucking teaming shit has been going on. There was one where we'd got like a decent position, centre circle towards the end, but like 6 players just fucking came in on us. And it's like 6v3. And you're fucked. Like, what can you do? You know? Very fucking annoying and frustrating. But yeah, there we go. What can you do, guys? Hopefully they sort it out and actually are able to, you know, manage it better and make it so people can't just blatantly team like that. Very annoying. Okay, anyway, I'm looking forward to Verdansk. That should be good. I'm looking forward to getting Verdansk on the go. So, I just wanted to watch this before we get into Stalker, and then I'll play for a couple of hours, because I've got the kids tomorrow. So I need to have a fairly... Not too late at night. But let's have a look at this.
Solutions might be?
We have to shift the tax system. We have a tax system which taxes ordinary working people 30, 40, 50, 60%, while people like the Duke of Westminster can inherit £10 billion and pay nothing. If you do that, wealth will be sucked out of the middle class. It's already been completely bankrupted the working class. It will bankrupt the government, which is what we are seeing. And there'll be poverty. There'll be broad poverty. There'll be no middle class left. Why are we taxing working people more than billionaires? Tax wealth, not work. Give these people a break. Give their kids a chance. Tax the billionaires. Of course you should.
All right, listen, you lock down the economy, okay? Ordinary...
Okay, dude, I find these kind of clips annoying. Where it's like, well, can we hear like a response or something? Like, why is it just him talking? Do you know what I mean? The problem with like taxing a billionaire is that it depends on what their assets are like. But sometimes some people's assets can be like illiquid. And it can be tricky to like find a way to tax someone who has got like a factory, say, that's worth £1 billion, for example. How do you tax that? Yeah, I don't know, man. It just feels like a very simplistic answer to a complex solution. Do you agree with his overall point, though? Yeah, sure, to a degree. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But, you know, I just think that this is like economics 101 of like, it just isn't as simple as just tax the wealthy, because you've got the consideration of how you would approach that if they have like illiquid assets. And then on top of that as well, it's what are the consequences of increasing taxation on those people? Could it be that maybe people leave, you know, if you start to look to do that to a country where they don't have that sort of taxation? You know, I don't know. It's like it's a complex issue. I'm not really an economist, so I, you know, don't know the ins and outs of the answers to this. I just vaguely know that it's a lot more complicated than some of these comments give it credit for. You know,
family, my parents, how much their expenses
But
decrease.
are you arguing that the billionaires locked down the economy? I mean,
No,
I knew.
No, not all. I'm just trying to explain what happened. All right, you locked down the economy. Okay. My parents, how much is their expenditure for? Basically nothing. Basically nothing, because their expenditure is entirely rent, mortgage, food, bills. Like, that's poor people's expenditure.
Right.
Whose expenditure falls during COVID?
The people who have normally would go out and spend a lot of money.
People who have a lot of luxury
So they
spending,
weren't spending,
non-essential
they were
spending, right?
accumulating more money.
So if you ban luxury spending and you replace it with, as you say, government printed money, what's going to happen? That printed money is going to go to people who work in the service sector. They're going to use it to pay their bills. It's going to go to the rich people who own the corporations, who own the houses, who own the debt, and they can't spend it. What you have is basically a massive cash injection from the government through the poor to the rich. Listen, we saw the biggest and fastest ever transfer of wealth and increase in inequality in the history of our nations, and it was immediately...
okay, but hang on a minute. Those people who were receiving that money, like what? Okay, what is the other? What is the other possibility there then? So a poor person has got a bill to pay. And what, the poor person doesn't have to pay the bill because otherwise we'd be transferring the money to the wealthy? Just feels way too simplified and doesn't really take into account some of the other issues with this approach. You know, this reeks of like, what is it? Philosophy tube, I'm going to write to my landlord. I'm going to write to my landlord and say we can't afford to pay rent, so we're not going to pay rent. When you're probably better off than the landlord is. A bit what with being like a YouTuber, you know? It's like the kind of stuff that sounds nice, you know, but actually when you think about it and reason it out and bring in, you know, and the understanding of how economics works, it's just overly simplified and doesn't really get to address the actual problems at play, you know?
Followed by an inflationary crisis and a collapsing cost of living. This is the clearest proof you will ever need. You don't need me, somebody who's made millions of pounds betting on this. The clearest proof you will ever need of the absolutely bloody obvious fact that if you massively increase inequality, you will decrease living standards for working people.
I will agree 100%. It is difficult to tax rich people.
Yeah.
It is very, very, very difficult to tax rich
So
people.
the difference...
I don't come here saying I want to tax rich people because it's easy. I know it's hard. I know probably I'm going to lose. I know our viewers, kids, will live in desperate poverty. I know that. I do this because it is hard. If we are a country which says to ourselves, we don't try and do things which are necessary to keep our kids out of poverty...
Well, wait a second. Isn't this guy like some sort of trader? He was a trader, right? Wouldn't a wealthy trader, by the nature of the business they're in, have more liquidity in their assets, or the ability to liquidate assets more easily and more readily than if you own like a building or something like that, right? Like, it's easy to be like, yeah, tax me more if you're a trader, because you could easily bring about the funds to do that. I mean, it's built in to, you know, you have capital gains tax. Put capital gains tax up for me, sure, and I'll pay more when I sell my stock, right? Or have it that I'm forced to sell some stock in order to pay a tax bill or something. But it's no good if you own a fucking factory or a bunch of houses, is it? Again, this just feels oversimplified, and it's great for you, but what about other people that don't have the same situation as you? And it's easy to quantify as well. Yeah, exactly. The value of your shares is this. You sell it today at that price and that you get that out of it. The value of this property is this, but that value is premised on the ability of that property to produce things that would bring about, you know, a financial benefit, right? No, he's not. No, he's not agreeing with me. He's saying it's hard, but let's do it anyway. But he doesn't seem to be taking into account the complexity of actually implementing a policy like this broadly.
Because they are hard, then our kids will live in poverty. I don't need to be here. I'm a multimillionaire, just like you. I could be in the Philippines drinking pina coladas. I come in here because I come from a poor background, and it's ordinary families like my family, like the kids I grew up with, whose kids are going to be in poverty. It's difficult, but it is necessary. Sometimes we have to do things not because they're easy, but because they are hard. That is what makes a rich country rich, and that is what protects ordinary people. Listen, our grandparents lived in poverty. Did they say, let's not change it because it's hard? No, they didn't. They fought and they demanded healthcare, education, housing, food, and they got it. They got it.
So you
That's
think
why
we're
my
not demanding
parents
enough?
could live a good quality life. They got those things. They got those things, and they were aware that in order to do that, you could not allow the super rich, who have been living lives of luxury for hundreds and hundreds of years, to eat everything, while ordinary families couldn't afford to feed their kids.
You will know as well as I do that wealth taxes have been tried in a number of countries. Only Switzerland has stuck with it. I mean, they've got no capital gains tax, they've got no inheritance tax, they've got a slightly different situation.
Yep.
But most countries have abandoned them because they don't bring in that much revenue. What makes you think it would be different here?
Fiona, we did it here. We did it here. We did it here in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and people
Did
like
we?
my dad, people like my granddad, who was a bus conductor, were able to buy houses, have financial security, have pensions, have retirements, go on holidays. We did it here. We did it here.
Yeah, but that's because houses were like fucking, 3,000 quid. And you could work off a single income and purchase a house. But obviously the value of property has skyrocketed. And we've had, obviously, over the years, inflation that has increased the value of money, but it's not kept pace with like property prices, for example. Smaller economy. Post-war economy. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I know the little bit bare bones basics there, but like, I'm sure there's a lot more complexity than that as well. I'm sure there's a lot more depth to analysing economy in the 50s versus the economy now. Like, I don't think it's as simple as, well, we did it in the 50s. Yeah, but our entire circumstances were totally different in the 50s. Like, I don't know, man. Well, you see in the 1900s. Well, you see in the 1800s. Well, you see in the 1700s. Well, did you know that when we were cavemen, scrawling fucking images on the wall with a rock, we managed to do it then? Like, I don't know, bro. Why are we fucking comparing these vastly different economic circumstances and acting like, well, we could do it now if we did it back then?
And we're losing that now because we're not taxing the rich are getting richer, and ordinary families are losing the ability to buy houses, have kids. We can do it. We've done it before.
I worked really, really, really fucking hard, and I was the best student at one of the best universities in the best country, and I worked my tits off, and I got the best job, and I became the best trader.
Also, he's saying that we did it in the 50s. What, we did wealth taxes in the 50s? Then you're talking about house prices in the 50s. Well, what has that got to do about whether or not a wealth tax is plausible and whether that's going to work? Like, it just seems like you're making these emotional, retarded appeals rather than actually address the question. Like, that was about a wealth tax. Other countries have tried a wealth tax. It doesn't bring in much revenue, so they seem to have canned it. What's going to make us different? We did it in the 50s. People could buy houses back then. Well, how is that responding to the question exactly?
And what I made my money on was understanding that the British working class, the American working class, ordinary, hard-working people like my dad, like my mum, like the kids I grew up with, their kids and their grandkids would live in desperate poverty.
Well, what was the moment for you of self-realisation that you wanted to
Well,
get
you know,
out of
it's a good question because it didn't really come in a moment. You know, I mean, you spoke in the book about me sort of having a breakdown. You know, I didn't grow up. I'm not from a political. I don't consider myself a politician. Like for me,
No, I get it.
what I see, you know, I made that money and everybody around me was like, "Well done, here's $2 million. You know, do it again." Like, and I got sick.
Bro, someone said this is like trader's remorse, and that is so true, man. It's so obvious that he fucking hit it big trading, and he feels guilty about it, so now he feels like he's got a fucking bloviate about how tough the working class have got it.
I got sick.
But what made you sick, do you think? Was it the pace of work, or
It
was
was
it...
understanding that my country's going to fall apart, Piers. It's going to happen, Piers. Listen, I've been all right for 14 years on this, okay? It's going to happen. And you've made your predictions, you know. And I fucking hope I'm wrong, but I haven't been wrong before.
Allow them to not pay tax. And now
on,
we
the,
ask
on
them to
their
pay tax.
global incomes, on their global.
So isn't it a bit more
businesses.
like if we were 10 of us at dinner and there was one guy who came to dinner on the condition he wouldn't pay, then leaves? Because these guys weren't paying tax anyway. If the reason they left is because they weren't paying tax.
It's like saying, hey, I'll pay 60% of this table, and they say at the table, hey, wait a second, we also want you to pay for everything that's happening at other restaurants as well.
Isn't it a bit more like these guys
And we're stretching
were
the
here
analogy.
on a condition?
Yeah, maybe an analogy about a dinner is not very good when you're talking about broad economic policy for an entire fucking country. Maybe that's just a kind of a retarded, oversimplified thing to try and appeal to some fucking cretinous retard that's watching, but doesn't actually get into the heart of the issue.
You yourself said
No, you're 100%
the
right.
reason why
Yeah.
they left.
If you think about it, the tax system for an entire country is very similar to people going for dinner together.
Because we let them live here on the
taxes-
condition that they didn't have to pay taxes.
On their global, taxes matter, right? So why is everyone going to Dubai? Dubai, they're going there because there's no tax.
These guys, they live in Dubai, their money comes from the West. They are making money from the West, while your average Western, ordinary person watching this show now cannot afford to buy a house, cannot afford to have a family. We can tax those revenues at the point of sale. Why do we allow these guys?
It's called a consumption tax.
No, it's not. It's a tax on, tax on profits.
You
It's
just
not
said,
a tax on consumption.
You just said at point of sale, which means it's a
Yeah,
consumption tax.
based on the profits. You look at how much profit
Well,
they
that's
have,
not- that's not
and
a
then you work
consumption
out where the profits go. Exactly, it's not a
Okay,
consumption tax, like I'm saying.
So if you tax profits,
Yeah.
right, then those profits have to accumulate in that.
We had a lesson on interest rates. I went up to the professor afterwards and I said, why do you think we've been so bad at predicting interest rates for so long? At that point, we'd incorrectly predicted interest rate rises 11 years in a row. He said, no, we always knew rates would stay zero, which is like categorically, provably wrong. And I was shocked. And I said, no, we didn't. We kept saying they'd go up. And he was like, no, we knew. So I went back to my flat and I sent him the data. And he was like, oh, yeah, we did get it wrong 11 years in a row. These guys are so bad, they are unable to know that they're bad. I want your viewers to ask themselves, do I feel the richest I've ever been? Because I'll tell you who's the richest they've ever been, me, and probably you, and probably you, and Donald Trump, and Elon Musk. And in my opinion, what I see, I'm from a poor background.
But I
see it every day.
think you're a great example of somebody who's made something of himself, come from a poor working class background by your own admission, and you turned yourself into the best trader in the world. You're a great example. And yet what you seem to be wanting to do is almost retreat
No,
from
listen,
your,
I don't want to
retreat
tax
from
work.
your
I don't want to
success.
tax working people more. Okay? I worked hard to drag my family out of poverty, right? And I paid 50, 60% a year tax. At the same time, Duke of Westminster inherits £10 billion, more than 3,000 times what I made, pays nothing. Do you think that's fair?
No.
Do you think that's fair?
No, but again,
So let's change it. Let's change it. Let's tax working people less, your viewers less, and let's tax the billionaires more.
Bro, dude, it's just, there's something in there. There's something in there to talk about, stuff getting fucking handed over like that. But what did he say? Isn't that a royal family thing? Isn't that like a royal family reason that's happening? I don't know how that works exactly. But surely that's because they're the royal family. That's nothing to do with economics. That's just, well, they're the royal family and that's the problem. But in any case, I mean, I don't disagree. It's just, I just hate this. Well, you see, it's really simple. We just need to love working class people, and they need to pay less tax, and the rich, they just need to pay more tax, and that's it. And you are just completely ignoring any sort of analysis of an economic basis of how that would work in practice, Well, you see, we gotta take down taxes for the working class. And then if we just tax the billionaires more, then we'll be able to do it with the wealth tax. Yeah, well, it seems like other countries aren't really doing wealth tax. Well, we did it in the 50s, didn't we? People could buy a house in the 50s. They could buy a house, and that was fine in the 50s. They could just buy a house. And then just cutting out all the responses as well, man. So obnoxious, dude. I've not changed on this. I've not changed on this. I don't think I've ever said, oh, we just need to tax the rich more. I think I've always accepted that our economic system is, you know, a lot more complicated than some of these lefties want to give it credit for, and just act like it's just as simple as tax this group more. But yeah, there we go, guys. A little bit of economics 101. I want to see some of these responses, though. What's his name? Gary Stevenson. Is that his name? All the lefties sing his praises, you know? But, yeah. That's the guy's name, isn't it? Gary Stevenson. How to stop the economy from collapsing. Is this the one?
This growth in wealth inequality, it is going to keep... This growth in wealth inequality... The middle class... It is going to keep growth in wealth inequality. The middle services, and that is the people in this room. It is going to government services, and that is the people in this room. Their kids, their grandkids will be
Gary, you've obviously...
Because we are not dealing with wealth inequality.
As you rightly say, you spent a lot of time thinking about this. What do you think the solution or solutions might be?
We have to shift the tax system. We have a tax system which taxes ordinary working people 30, 40, 50, 60%, while people like the Duke of Westminster can inherit £10 billion and pay nothing. If you do that, wealth will be sucked out of the middle class. It's already been completely bankrupted the working class. It will bankrupt the government, which is what we are seeing. And there'll be poverty. There'll be broad poverty. There'll be no middle class left. Why are we taxing working people more than billionaires? Tax wealth, not work. Give these people a break. Give their kids a chance. Tax the billionaires. Of course you should.
Okay. Right, where the hell? I can't find anything that actually fucking goes out. Okay, dude. Interesting. Interesting how it seems to be that we only get to, you know, hear what he's got to say and none of the responses.
Well, the pensioners, I don't know if they're the richest people in the country, but okay.
Who here's £20,000 cash rich than before COVID?
That has more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
I'll tell you who probably is. Every single person on this panel, okay? The richest people in the...
Gary,
I'm not just saying that, I bet on that.
rich don't pay tax in the UK, are you? Not as if European nations haven't tried this. They've tried it, and unfortunately, it's failed.
Yeah, whenever people suggest this to me, I always think of the Conservative second home stamp duty tax. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but do you want to answer that question?
Yeah, I'm answering it.
Oh! Sneaky does it again.
European nations haven't tried this. They've tried it, and unfortunately, it's failed.
Yeah, whenever people suggest this to me, I always think of the Conservative second home stamp duty tax. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but do you want to answer...
Bro, he's such a little rat and he gets away with it. He's not even answering the question. Total dodge. Total dodge.
Answer that question.
Yeah, I'm answering it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right, so here's a great example of what happens when proper intellectual journalists challenge somebody that talks a load of bollocks and it just goes on a load of social media channels and never gets challenged properly until now. Let's get into it. So for those of you that didn't see it, Gary Stevenson's whole arguments completely unravelled in spectacular fashion on Question Time last night. Credit to the BBC, credit to the other guests, including a Lib Dem guest who completely contradicted his tax the rich argument, or a wealth tax argument. I'm going to show you two clips. The first one is where the host of the show completely destroys his narrative that all this 20 grand, you know, all the COVID money went to the rich, and he started on with his narrative about 20 grand richer. They destroyed that as well. And the second one was
get to the clips, bro.
About the wealth tax, and Camilla Tominey did a fantastic job of completely unravelling his argument about the wealth.
It kind of did, though. Okay. What was the benefit? Can you think of what the benefit could have been for working class people of getting a cash injection at times where they maybe were not earning as much money? What was the benefit for them? Like, people are acting like, you know, they get COVID money. Working class people get COVID money, okay? And then they just hand it over to a wealthy person and then they get nothing from that. Right? Like, there's nothing, basically, you might as well just give the money directly to the wealthy people because the working class person is getting nothing out of that arrangement. Stupid.
Tax, including mentioning all the countries, all the socialist left-wing countries that have tried this, and for whatever reasons they've canned it, and talking about its practicalities regardless of ethics, and suggesting that rich people do pay tax. So let's get into it. Here's the first clip where they're talking about the transfer of wealth during COVID, which I never said didn't happen, but he mentions the 20,000 per person thing, and that argument was destroyed. Let's get into it.
You say it's for the wealthy people. Isn't it things like the Canadian pension funds and all that sort of thing?
It's the wealthiest individuals in the country. It's multimillionaires and billionaires. These are the guys.
But also massive pension funds from abroad.
And here.
And who are the overwhelming owners of those pension funds? The richest people in the country. Listen, these men and women are not £20,000
well,
richer.
I don't know if they're the richest people in the country, but okay.
Who here's £20,000 cash rich than before COVID? I'll tell you who probably is. Every single person on this panel, OK? The richest people in the country are getting richer.
No! In all this. I don't know if you've seen the way the BBC works. But...
So the host here makes a very valid point that if you pay money to...
Bro, it's so funny where if you clip this guy in a certain way, he looks like a based Giga Chad owning all the fucking wealthy fucks with his, you know, Robin Hood mentality. But when it actually plays out in other ways, it's like it kind of just looks like a bit of a retard. Do you know what I mean?
Big funds, that's actually going to pensioners, which are not rich. And a lot of it was, by the way, paying down people's mortgage, which creates deflation, arguably. So that's a complete destruction of his argument. The second clip now is the really interesting one, where the Camilla Tominey talks about the practicalities of wealth tax and why it doesn't work, and why lots of countries have tried it and it doesn't work. Whether you agree with it or not, let's get into it.
The original question was who is going to be plugging the deficit? Is it going to be benefits claimants or billionaires? The answer to that question is it's going to be employees and their employers, because the tax burden has risen to a record high. It's projected by the end of Parliament to be 37.5%. And what's difficult for the electorate about that is that even though the tax burden is at a record high, and indeed government spending is at a record high, it's expected to be 45% of GDP by the end of the Parliament, actually people feel that they're not getting adequate services from the state, and indeed state productivity remains below pandemic levels. I can see Gary's argument, because regardless of us all paying more tax, and let's be honest, you're quite right to say that working people particularly are taxed way too much. In an area like Dartford, you have to question the sense of, on one hand, taxpayers' cash being used to build something like the Dartford crossing, and then on the other being charged the DART charge to use it. It feels like we're not just taxed once, but multiple times if you factor in income tax, VAT, council tax, fuel duty, car tax and all the rest of it. So that's a problem. Having said that, when we do look at episodes in history where the rich have been taxed more, for instance, you mentioned 1950s Britain. Let's look at 1950s America. Back in 1950s America, the top rate of tax was a staggering 91%. However, unemployment shot up to 8%, and there were 4 recessions in that period. So I think the man here raised a point about capital flight. We need to make a decision as to whether we want millionaires' cash to go into the exchequer or not. I appreciate that millionaires and billionaires do have a habit, seemingly, of avoiding quite a lot of tax. But let's use the example of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, okay, the owner of Ineos. Before he moved to Monaco in 2020, he was adding hundreds of millions to HMRC. Now he's contributing nothing, because he's a classic example of, if the tax take gets too high, then unfortunately contributions go down, because the rich can afford to move elsewhere and avoid it. And that's not progress.
Can I ask you a quick question on that? Do you think that China would allow somebody to own billions and billions and billions of pounds of Chinese assets and then move to Monaco and not pay tax on those assets?
I have no idea what the policy would be in China, but then lots of billionaires in China are reliant on slave labour, so it's probably...
What? Bro, you're really invoking China? Bro, this guy's a total fucking cretin. Yeah, they'd be put in prison. Is that what we want? Well, some of the lefties would probably say yes. Have you considered we could just become a communist nation? Have you thought about that? Bro.
Not the best example.
Listen, we have given the literal assets of this country to very, very, very wealthy people. and we have created a tax system that makes it voluntary for them to pay tax. If you do that, ordinary people will get poorer and poorer and poorer every year, and billionaires will get richer and richer every year, and ordinary people will not be able to buy homes and have families.
But Gary,
and
you're
I'm not just saying that, I
suggesting
bet
the
on
rich
that year
don't
after
pay
year.
tax in the UK, are you?
The tax burden is falling on working people. Working people pay rates at much higher levels.
But you also agree, I appreciate that working people are paying tax. Everyone's paying tax. Is anyone who's working not paying tax? The rich do pay their taxes. You're saying that you think they should pay more tax on their wealth? And are you differentiating between wealth or inheritance?
Wealth. They should pay tax on their wealth. If you don't tax these people on their wealth, they will squeeze everybody out.
And the European examples where that's been tried, France, Norway, etc., where they've had to scrap those schemes because A, they're too much to administrate, and B, they don't get enough revenue in. What's your response to that? Because it's not as if European nations haven't tried this. They've tried it, and unfortunately, it's failed.
Bro, that's another point as well. The cost to administer that as well. Because, you know, with income tax, say, it's how much have you earned? Up to this, you pay 20%. Up to this, you pay 30%, whatever, right? But with the wealth tax, you've got to, like, assess someone's assets and then find a way to calculate off the back of that how much tax they owe off the back of the total value of their assets. I presume something like that, right? And then, yeah, that could fluctuate. That could fluctuate as you go. And, like, you know, the stock market, the fucking exchange rate, all of this stuff can, like, potentially have an influence on how much this is, like, dude, I hadn't even conceived of how complicated it would be to actually calculate that. It must be very complex. Must be very complex. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. This woman's talking a lot of sense.
Yeah, whenever people suggest this to me, I always think of the Conservative second home stamp duty tax. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but do you want to answer that question?
Yeah, I'm answering it now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
but
answering it now.
what do you think we would do differently that the European countries have not done?
When the second home stamp duty tax was brought in, I was very surprised because I didn't think the Conservatives would tax rich people. I looked into it. There was an exemption for people who bought 7 or more homes at once. And then Jeremy Hunt went and bought 7 homes. Listen, I understand it is difficult to tax rich people because politicians are rich people and they're funded by rich people and they put loopholes in the system that mean rich people don't pay them and it ends up being paid by working people. That doesn't mean we don't do it.
Okay,
Okay, how is that an answer to the question? Exactly. What? They've tried it in other countries. It doesn't seem to have worked for these reasons. Well, I think about the Conservative second home tax and, well, did you think that actually it's working class people that are getting taxed and we should stop taxing them and we should start taxing the rich with the wealth tax?
I'm not sure that's answered the question. And I've no idea if Jeremy Hunt did buy 7 homes incidentally, but, you know, I appreciate that's what he's saying.
Let me guarantee that the wealth tax receipts go to the poor. This is the other problem.
Let me bring Daisy.
Public sector pay rises for train drivers that are already on good wages.
Let's let Daisy answer the question because she's sat there for quite some time now. Who should be plugging the deficit? Benefit claimants or...
Bro, he literally just swerves the question. Classic populist fucking brain rot. Swerves the question of, like, actually getting down to the nitty gritty and just spits out some more populist talking points. Bro, it is so... Oh, dude. This guy gets celebrated. This guy gets fucking celebrated, dude. No solutions, just buzzwords. Oh, you thought I was going to have any sort of solution to this? Guess what? I've got more populist buzzwords for you. Working class, wealth tax, rich, millionaire, billionaire.
We Liberal Democrats have repeatedly said that we should be raising revenue in a fairer way. And the way to do that is to go after the companies that are making billions and billions and billions in profits that can...
Right, okay. Just tax the companies more, guys. It's that simple.
Afford to pay a little bit more to help get our public service.
Could, maybe, taxing companies... Like, it's this crazy idea. If we tax companies more, they're going to go, well, we're making all of this profit. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give up all this lovely profit that we're making to pay the government. Or we could cut these jobs and we could have the money to pay the government. What are we going to do? Either we give up all this profit or we cut jobs. What should we do? What should we do, board? What do you reckon? Do you want a nice new fucking Mercedes next year? Or do you want to give the government a bit more money? Which is it? Or, I tell you what we'll do. Let's just move our operations to Ireland so we don't have to worry about it at all. Yes, exactly. It's like they've got these like simplistic terms. It doesn't take into account the realities of how this stuff spins out, you know?
Services back on their feet. So we would start by reversing the tax cut that the Conservatives gave to the big banks, take it back to 2015 levels. We would increase taxes on the big social media companies, on the big online gaming companies that are making billions of pounds in profits. And that would be an alternative way to raise the money that we desperately need to get our NHS and our education system back on their feet. But at the same time, the gentleman alluded to this earlier, we have got to get growth into our economy. The fastest, simplest way to get more growth into our economy right now is for the UK government to actually renegotiate our trading deal with the EU so that British businesses can trade more easily. We Liberal Democrats did some research and found that since Brexit, British businesses have had to complete 2 billion pieces of paper just to trade with Europe. That amount of paper could wrap around the world 15 times.
Okay, fucking the Lib Dems are so annoyed about this. We lost. The Ramonas lost. Get over it. It's not going to happen. People don't want that.
We should be renegotiating that trade deal, getting rid of that red tape, unleashing the potential of British businesses that want to trade more freely with our European neighbours, and get a customs union that works with British businesses by 2030.
And just briefly, because a number of Labour MPs have called for this. Gary's obviously calling for it. Do the Lib Dems support the idea of a wealth tax?
No, I think the problem with the wealth tax is that generally it doesn't work. It's been tried in a lot of different countries, and over the course of the last sort of 20 years, I think those 12 countries have reduced down to just 3 countries, and the 3 countries that are using it have a completely different tax system. So there are problems with wealth taxes. They're very difficult to administer. It's very hard to assess the cost of how much some things are in terms of intellectual property and artwork. They're very complicated. They're administratively difficult,
so
and
it's
they don't
not a Lib Dem policy.
But it's not a Lib Dem policy. But we can go after those big businesses that are making billions of pounds.
It really baffles me that this guy's been able to go around for as long as he has with all this nonsense, but hopefully people are starting to see through it. And for people that don't watch the BBC, I don't often give credit to the BBC, but this is an absolute masterclass in proper journalism and proper debating and proper analysis of somebody's argument that has more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
True,
If you let me know
guy.
what you think, I'm sure you will. Many thanks. See you in the next one.
Bro, honestly, I've seen this guy floating about, and I've seen a couple of clips, and I'm like, yeah, this guy seems a little bit, like, dumb, but whatever. People seem to like him. And then you watch the clips play out more, and it's like, he looks like a total moron. He can't even answer a basic question. Like, other countries have tried it, and it hasn't worked. How is it different here? Total non sequitur response that doesn't actually address the question. Classic populist brain rot. Very annoying. Anyway, there we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Let's play some Stalker. Let's do some stalking. Let's do some stalking, guys. Dude, I do want to play this Atomfall game. I think maybe, dude. How long have I got left of Stalker, I guess, is the question. Let's have a look. Stalking and hawking. How long does this game last for? Main story, 35 hours. Oh my god. Alright, what? Really? There we go, should be working now. And I've been doing a load of side quests as well. I fear I'm never gonna fucking complete this, honestly. I fear I'm never gonna do it. Chud stuck between a rock and a hard place, where the rock is a boring 40-hour RPG slog, and the hard place is us making fun of him for never beating a game. Yes, exactly. I can't move on because then it'll be like, oh, another non-completed game. Classic. New Vegas syndrome, exactly. But yeah, this game looks good. I can't fucking click out of this, unfortunately. That Atomfall game looks kind of fun. It's set in England, and it's like atom. It's based on atom. It's based on nuclear shit or something. There's been a nuclear thing go off, and basically it's all about that. It's apparently it's inspired by Fallout New Vegas, and it's made by Rebellion. The wind scale accident, yeah. So I do want to play it because I think it will be a fun experience. Yeah. Right, let's go. Where were we? Another Nuco slop game. Yes, exactly. Okay. Whoa! The fuck is that? Where were we? What the? Huh? The fuck was that? Okay, no idea what happened there, but okay. Oh yeah, of course, because that's the bad guys, right? That's the baddies. I don't fucking know, man. I forgot what happened last week. I'm carrying too much. Okay, right, come on, let's get with it. I need to get back and sell this shit. Is this it? Is that the place? Oh no, that's it there. There we go. I need to get back to the slag heap. Whoa! Whoa! Dude, this guy just shot me for no reason. Did you see that? Whoa! But the grenade ain't making it up there. Dude, I don't want to get involved, but I also want his gun. Whoa! There we go. Ha 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 ha. There we go. Perfect. Perfection. Dude, I feel like I'm gonna die. I think I've got AIDS again. Chest AIDS. Yeah, turbo AIDS. No, I need to call the... I've had it for like a week or so now. I need to call the doctor. Long COVID. 1 teaspoon of penis juice. Keep the gay away. Is that the lyric? I can't remember. If I give you a donor for hand sanitizer, would you use it for that? Sure. Definitely. I'll keep the straight away, that's it. Wrong way round. Oh god, dude, what the fuck's wrong with me? It's not even winter anymore, man. It should be warmer by now. Oh. Energy drinks, okay. Oh, I didn't drink it. I didn't drink it. There we go. No, 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 no. Okay, fuck it. Point and shoot beef with no jumper. Oh, I haven't know, but yeah, that could be good. My next stream's on Sunday, so I'll maybe take a look at it then. Also, guys, I've got some absolutely terrible news. I'm concerned I'm going to have to defend Noah Samson.
What can I get you?
I'm deeply, deeply worried.
I just restocked. Help yourself.
Because apparently Ethan Klein is going to be doing some sort of thing where one of his exes is coming on to talk about him. And I'm like, is it going to be fair or not? And if it's not fair, am I going to have to, you know, bend him? Do not defend that commie. Well, it depends. I'm not going to, like, not defend someone if I talk about it, if I genuinely think they're being unreasonably maligned. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, lie about how I feel about it just because I don't like Noah? That seems like fucking gay. You know, maybe I just don't talk about it at all, so I'm not in a position where I've got to defend him if I think I have to. But, like, there's nothing else going on at the moment, it feels like. I feel like I've got to dip into the Noah Samson rape review. I think... I'm not sure when exactly. Later on their show today, I don't know when. Oh, blue case for the trader. This guy, is it? Yeah.
My favorite customer.
You wanted me to find that shipment your courier couldn't.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for it.
I've got your goods. The job's done.
You're a man of your word, I see. Well, so am I. Your coupons are on the way.
Can get rid of that. 45 ACP. Need that, need that. Need that. Get rid of that. Yeah, that's good. Hey! J Meta with a $50 super sticker. That is crazy generous, thank you. Cheerleader with pom-poms, jumping up and down, excitedly celebrating. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, what else can we get a shot of? We need to sell this. We don't need this vodka. We can sell the vodka. Get rid of one of those. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, we can probably stack some of these. Okay. Got a G37. Oh, wait, no, we need to go... Dude, I'm lost already. How am I lost? No. Okay, there we go.
Skillful pal. What can I get you?
Anyone who gets drunk.
I just restocked. Help yourself.
In the bar without proper decontamination.
Right, we're getting rid of the vodka. I don't feel like we need the energy drinks. We're getting rid of those. Water's gone. We could do with a bit of sausage. Sell the beer. No, stop doing it wrong. No! There we go. Be more cautious. What are these notes? Do we need this? I'm not sure if we need this or not. Fuck it. Okay. Okay, so sale to confirm. Yep, there we go. Has he got any stuff that's worth having? No, bunch of shit. Okay.
Safe travels, my friend.
Right, let's get on with this, whatever this mission is. King of the Hill, deal with the devil. Find Roosevelt, kill Roosevelt and kill the Shah. Okay, here we go. Let's get on with this. God damn it. But yeah, the reason that I think I might have to defend Noah Samson is because they were alluding to someone having some sort of allegation about him on the show the other day. But then apparently it's just a woman that's going to like call him a sleazebag or something. I'm like, oh, dude. No. Also, they were talking about suing him as well, I think. Joining Muta on this this lawsuit. Whoa, no! Please, please! Oh, I got out, I escaped. Whoa! Let me out, please! No! Whoa, no, no! Oh, shit. I should have used the bolts. So this guy, I had to ban him for the other chat because he kept posting the same thing over and over again. I read my lips. I am not talking to Shelbo. He's a fucking schizo. I'm not doing that. Go away. Oh shit, wait. I need to get inside. Oh, I can take all this, can't I? Go to the objective. No, I can't, dude. It's fucking radioactive. Oh, wait. Oh. I see. Got it. Let me just get this shit first. Oh! Loads of goodies. Lovely stuff. we're in here. Any goodies? Any freebies? Oh, yep. Lovely, I'll take that, thank you. Oh, more freebies, yes please. Goodies. Wait, what? What the fuck happened there? What happened there? Huh? I didn't walk out anywhere.
We got reports of an emission coming, so get to cover.
Open windows. Oh, I see. Okay, I got you. So I've literally just got to wait here, dude. What the fuck, bro? That's ridiculous. So I just got to wait here. Fuck off, bro. Stupid game. Okay, well in that case, I'll be back in a sec. I'll be right back, guys.
There's an active emission out there. Stay in cover.
Still alive. I'm still alive, guys. Okay, am I doing the right thing? Oh, is that bad? That's an open window. Whoa. Fuck no. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay, well that was pretty straightforward. Now I can look about. I've already looked downstairs. Let's go upstairs. I see the open windows are the problem. I get it now. Loads of freebies. Oh. Oh. Need body armor. Right, I just looked in here, didn't I? Yeah. Did I just look in here? Did I? Oh no, I didn't. Here we go. Oh, lovely. Freebies. Thank you. Lovely. Well, how does this compare? Oh. Oh, it's exactly the same thing. Okay. Well, I guess I'll wear this until it runs out of protection or something. Yes, I did see the trailer for the new Silent Hill. And I'm a little bit perplexed as to why it's set in fucking Japan. What is that about? Oh, wrong thing. Find a secret passage. Okay, yeah, okay. Is that a secret passage? That's just toilets. Oh, hang on. Is it this pipe? Can I get in this pipe somehow? Right, was it? Oh. Let me in, let me in! Whoa! Oh. Oh, thank fuck for that. I managed to avoid it. This must mean there's some goodies in here. Nope. Oh, hang on. What's this? Oh, no! No! I've not tried Atomfall yet, no. Looks good, though. Did you hear the click? My legs! My legs! Okay, so that was kind of worthless. Oh, what the...
Shoo, Granny. Let me get some sleep. I'm getting up, Granny. Just give me a minute.
Am I supposed to kill him?
Come on, Granny. Fuck! A trespasser!
So I was supposed to kill him, right? Is that right? How do I get this stuff? How do I get his stuff? No! I can't. Oh my god, dude. I can't believe I'm fucked, dude. I can't go underneath the truck, I don't think, can I? Don't worry, we'll just do it again.
I'm getting up, Granny. Just give me a minute.
Okay, that was a bit janky. No. that's it. That's him dealt with. Okay, what else we got?
The fuck are you waiting for?
We had to kill Roosevelt. Okay, so this is just about a stash. Don't care. Don't care. Take all of that. Oh, bit of guns, lovely. Don't mind if I do. Oh. Is that bottle cap? Is that a reference to Fallout? Wait, what else am I supposed to do? Oh, that's it. I've done it. Okay. That was easy, wasn't it? That was pretty easy. Look at all this free stuff I got. Lovely. Don't mind if I do. Oh my god, that was a heckin' Fallout reference, guys. Did you see that? What? The other guy gone. Whoa! Did I actually get him? Oh! Nailed him. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bring out the big guns for this. Oh, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Where did that fucking guy go? Bro, how is he not dead? Whoa! Bro. Fuck is the meaning of this? They've all got shitty weapons. Fuck it, I'm getting out of here. Fuck this. not worth fighting. Whoa. Okay, where now? Where to now? Where to now, bro? Okay. Right, I want to go back. I need to go back to the slag heap, don't I? Because I need to sell some shit. But how do I get more weight? This is ridiculous. I've got too much shit on me. Oh, this is where I went earlier, wasn't it? Bro, look at this. I'm nearly at max. Have a Red Bull. Squeal, piggy, squeal! Get out of it. Whoa! Whoa! Good lord, that was a bit intense, wasn't it? Oh my god, dude. Need a little bite to eat after that. Lovely. Right, let's get and sell some of our goodies. Artifact anomalies. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Don't worry. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I want to get this mission done. Are there mods on this channel? Kind of, I guess. I don't know, it tends to be a bit less rowdy here, to be honest with you. Okay, we go. This is it, isn't it? This is the way. Anyway, is anyone watching Ethan Klein right now? Is anyone seeing what's going on? I do want to know what's going on, to be honest. I want to know if it's like a, you know, allegation of like, what exactly? Because my sneaking suspicion is that it's a woman who is taking advantage of the current drama in order to shit on Noah Samson. And I would hope that if there is wrongdoing that's happened, that there's going to be some sort of evidence presented of it, to be honest. And my concern is people are just going to say that Noah's bad because they don't like him. And I think that's wrong. I don't like that. Not a fan of that. Sleeping with several women and lying about it to her. She thought she might have had an STD. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. What the hell? What happened here? Why are they dead? Is that right? But that feels a bit wrong.
Beautiful pal. What can I get you? I just restocked. Help yourself.
Well, I'm probably not going to do this, am I? I'll probably sell that. G, sell, G, sell, G, sell, G, sell, G, sell, G, sell, G, sell. Okay. Sell to the other guy. Why?
Safe travels,
Oh, does he give better money? Okay. Thanks for the advice.
My favorite customer.
Okay.
Come by. I'll always have some goodies for you.
G, sell, G, oh, G, sell, G, sell, G, sell, G, sell, G, sell, G, sell. Okay. Oh no, not bread though. Bread's for the other guy, surely. Oh yeah, dude, it's way better prices. That's much better.
Best of luck.
No fights, no shooting, no petty squabbling. This is the place to chill.
Okay, let's dump some of this stuff here. Buckshot. Got none of that. Oh! RPM! Bro, I'm looking forward to using the RPM. You were selling to the bar. Oh, dude, I fucked it. We get a nice little stash of ammo here. I like it. Perfect.
My favorite. Come by.
G, so. Wait, where's? Oh, there we go. That's it. Okay.
Best of luck.
All the ass kicking and face smashing is to be nested outside. Am I clear? Skip! I just restocked. Help yourself.
Am I getting more for bread? No, I don't get more for bread. No, I don't get more for bread.
Safe travels, my friend.
The other guy gives me more for bread. Even for bread. That doesn't make any sense. Why is he buying bread for more?
Come by. I'll always have some goodies for you.
Yeah, look, I get 6 for the bread. Go to the sausage. Non-specific meat. Okay, there we go. Looking good. What is this? Okay, I feel like maybe that's useful at some point, but I'm not sure. Fuck it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it. Ethan really rubbing me up the wrong way lately. I got very mixed views, to be honest. Very, very split perspectives on the guy. You know, it just feels like this is all stupid and pointless and a bad idea. Exactly, he does go overboard. He does go overboard. And it's for some people, I feel like they just want complete unending support for the guy. And it's like, I can't support everything he ever does. I mean, some of it I don't agree with. What the fuck am I supposed to say? The CPS stuff, he was like, you know, unquestionably morally correct in that example. Exactly, he gets a win and then he goes insane. Exactly, yes, yes, exactly. Whoa, whoa! I really don't like this lawsuit shit, man. Still waiting to see what the Reddit lawsuit is. But Jesus Christ, dude. He's a Jew, so of course he's neurotic. Okay, dude, that's a bit much. I disavow. We love Jews. Well, I love Jews. I love the Jewish people. What the fuck? Bro! Your GPU was dog shit. I mean, I got a 3070.
Stalker, turn right and get the fuck out of here.
Where the fuck are you going? This bar is for the brood. No freaks or loners allowed. Got it. Don't get your panties in a bunch. I'll stay out. Then beat it.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think it's my CPU, to be honest. That seems to be the problem. I don't know what it is, man. My computer is very loud, it feels like. And I also get up here in a funny way. Yeah, that'll be on Sunday that I do that. I mean, I've got to talk about like that. That's pretty major. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like, man, I need to know the context of it all and stuff. I think, you know, taking action that brings into question your partner's sexual health is, you know, more than just like, that's pretty fucking bad, dude. I mean, allegedly Noah Samson did. Whoa! Okay, dude. That didn't work, did it? Building behind good armor. Oh, this one? Here. See, the problem for Noah Samson there is I'll obviously always be fair in these situations and say my piece reasonably, but his audience won't. You know, his audience are going to potentially eat him alive for that, won't they? Surely. It doesn't really matter what I say about it, you know? Wait. Where do I get up? Oh, just there, obviously. The stairs. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. It's like, it always feels a bit like, well, you know, this is clearly just being used as a weaponization thing. Do you know what I mean? Which, you know, I mean, fair enough. If Noah Samson is coming at you super hard and you want to weaponize it against him, go, you do you know? But this doesn't seem like a product of genuine concern for this person's story. It's just, here's a juicy story that we can use against my enemy. Do you know what I mean? I think much the same thing happened in the Fresh and Fit beef, if I recall correctly. Where they brought that woman on to make a certain sort of like claim about the guy, right? Small building with the armor on top. Oh, okay. Which pipes? Oh no, the radiation! Ah! No! Whoa! Which building? Which building? Oh yeah, I saw the Johnny Bravo video. I might watch that as well. That Johnny Bravo guy's great. Great content. Fuck it, I'm just going to do the mission. How do I get in here? The front door. Yeah, but I can't get in, can I? That was stupid. That was really stupid, wasn't it? Why did I do that? Well, have I got to shoot these guys? Really? Can I not get in peacefully? Other objective, you don't need this one. Oh, I see, okay. Kill the Shah. Bring Roosevelt PDBA to Varan. Okay, let's do that then. This isn't Mario, but you got to smoke some pussies. Yeah, but I don't, you know, it's resources wasted if I don't need to. I might as well just go to the other place, hadn't I? Look at this, running through the dark. Whoa! Whoa! I'm getting like kind of DayZ vibes. DayZ's great fun. I kind of want to play DayZ again. Oh, a dirty... I don't know what a dirty soda is. No idea what a dirty soda is. Never heard of that before. Yeah, dude, like all those games, Rust, DayZ, it's all fun and games until you get absolutely rinsed and then it sucks. I was trying to do an Indian accent that one time and I wasn't doing a particularly good job of it, to be honest. We did get stream snipes, do you remember? God, those look scary, don't they? What? This is a bit scary. What am I doing here? Is this right? Oh yeah, in here, I remember now. There we go.
I want either money or a PDA from one of the kingpins. Otherwise, you're not welcome here, loner.
Wait, what?
About your competition.
Let me make one thing clear. They're not my competition.
Oh, there we go.
Roosevelt no longer poses a problem. Here's the proof.
Nice. Now I see how you fought off those creepy folks. Do you know how they got you, by the way? The scanners are bugged. Nestor told me. All right. Now for my part of the deal. One of the attackers is locked up in the underground garage. Here's the key. Have a nice chat.
Okay. So is that it? Oh, there we go, it did it. Right. Deal with the devil. So where's this shit? Where would I go here? Oh. Oh, here. Outside, I guess? Oh, yeah, I see.
The Stalker
Wait, what? Huh? What the fuck? Is this right? I went the wrong way. Did I actually? Die, 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 die. Okay. Why did that happen? This game is so confusing sometimes. I didn't do anything wrong. Oh my god, and now I got. Fuck off, dude. Off, dude. Right? Is that not bad game design? Right, here we go. But where am I going, dude? I don't know where I'm going, man. This way, this way, this way. Here we go, here we go. This is what we want. There we go.
I want either money or a PDA from one of the kingdoms. Otherwise, you're not welcome here.
Alright, we're back in 1 sec. Give me 1 sec, okay? Wait, where's the... Okay, 1 sec. Test? Is that working? Test?
About your competition.
Let me make one thing clear. They're not my competition. Just a couple of lowlifes who got ahead because of their connections with freedom and duty. So what do you want?
Roosevelt no longer poses a problem. Here's the proof.
Nice. Now I see how you fought off those creepy fucks. Do you know how they got you, by the way? The scanners are bugged. Nestor told me. All right. Now for my part of the deal. One of the attackers is locked up in the underground garage. Here's the key. Have a nice chat.
Right, what do I do here then? Go down to the bay. Oh, I see. Is it down here? Is this it? Ah, I see. Okay, okay, okay. Sneak! Heal! Sneak! Oh, I missed a bullet. What am I supposed to do with that then? What? Oh, leave the plant area. Okay, now I just need to leave. Okay, got it.
Well, well. I didn't expect Iron to bring me such an important guest. If you're willing to jump through hoops for his sake, what would the others do? So I'll ask you the question I didn't ask the first time we met. What makes you think you're gonna get out of here alive?
What? What the fuck? Is that right? Played like a damn fiddle. Whoa. Is that right? Okay, I don't understand quite what happened there, but I'll take it. Those dirty Russians. Oh, now I need... Okay, now I've just got to leave. Got it, okay. Whoa! Is that everything? Yeah, I got everything, didn't I? Nice sausage. No, it's not easy difficulty. It's isn't it? Did we change it to hard? Whoa! Options. Game. Difficulty veteran. See? Told ya. Should I? Okay, maybe there's another way out of here. Without having to fight all these fucking retards. Yeah, here we go.
The Stalker's making a run for it. Get him!
Get the fuck out of here. My targeted ads lately seem to think I'm a black woman's face cream and I'm on heroin. Okay. Interesting. Guys, we made it. Hey, Jumbo, thank you for the $10. Let's go. Appreciate that. Thank you. How is that? Holy shit, chopper. Let's drop some guys off or something. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here anyway. Yeah, next week I think I'm going to play a multiplayer game. I don't know what one though. Not sure. What new multiplayer games have come out? And that game is going to be... That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You guessed it. Warzone. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another round of Warzone. Competitive jerk, mate. And we're bringing back stream favourites. That's right, you guessed it. It is, of course, the one and only. Come on down, Mr. Master Aiden Projects. Woo! Yeah, I'm going to try Atomfall, but I'm a bit... I don't want to start another single player game until I've completed this, otherwise I'll never complete this. But yes, I think Atomfall is you know, the next single player game I'm going to be playing. Although, do you think it's thematically too similar to this and it's not mixing it up enough? What do you reckon? Would you play the new Tony Hawk? Not necessarily, but I would do somewhat, maybe. I don't know. I played it when I was younger. I played it on the original fucking PlayStation. Oh my god, do you know what I just thought of? Classic game. Burnout 3 Takedown. Burnout 3 Takedown is the best racing game ever made. Do you remember that game? I played that game fucking loads. I never got into Paradise. Wait. Oh my god, I need to go back to the road. I'm so far away from where I need to be, dude. Oh yeah, you just did a giant crash. No! Whoa! I got some emulators on my Steam Deck and I got Burnout on there, so I play that sometimes when I'm, you know, traveling or something. Whoa. Zomboid's good. Whoa. Honey Pop? What the fuck is Honey Pop? Little hunk of bread, lovely. Whoa! Holy potatoes! Let me in! Let me in!
What's going on? Are you taking over the slag heap?
The ward asks the questions around here. The rest of you just smile and nod, or keep your mouths shut. About face, Stalker.
You ever took? Yeah, only use my blade. I've covered him before.
Here's to the common good.
Cottonwood? What cottonwood?
Kind your dome's made of, blockhead.
I covered his mate bashed his head, and they'd called an ambulance, and that guy eventually died. Do you remember? Terrible.
And how am I supposed to do business with this freak show on my back?
Terrible fall
They
from
ain't
grace.
sticking around, are they? Come by. I'll always have some goodies for you.
In the event of a perceived threat, the ward is authorized to use lethal force.
Gee. Whoa. Jesus. I can't get rid of that. Must be a plot item. Okay, that's good. Have to sell. Lovely.
Best of luck.
Whoa.
In the event of a perceived threat, the ward is authorized to use lethal force.
Oh, that's the armor piercing. Okay, we can put those there. That's good. Yeah, perfect. Ugh, there we go. Boom. Yeah, I'm a little bit poor at the moment. But look, I'm getting some good stuff here. Look, I really want to switch to a 5.56 rifle. Oh, also I need to repair this. I need to repair my stuff. Where's the repair dude? In here? Yeah.
Good to see you.
Oh no, that's not it.
You take care now. Don't squander your health. You won't get it back.
Shut up, you fucker. FPS Russia killed his co-star guy a couple of years ago. No, I haven't seen that, no.
Wasn't there something we wanted to do?
Like, drink?
Nah. Fun. We got a port from shop.
Oh, that's the chopper. That's those guys coming in. I got it. Need to do the objective. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'll repair it later, I guess. Tianet. Tianet.
What do you want?
Oh, he's gone.
I'm looking for Dio. Is he here?
I figured you'd be taller. Head to the first floor. Diode's up there. I'll let him know you're here.
Do you ever play the Black Hole game with other people? Yeah, I randomly joined with some people, but honestly, it's kind of hard to get into a game, honestly. And yeah, I don't know, man. It was okay. It was fun playing it. It was for a bit, but Someone mentioned that it's like Chinese slopware or something, and it's like, yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Oh, this way.
Here's to the most important guy in the zone.
You deaf or something? Who's that?
I'm looking for Dio.
The bartender,
The guard at the
of
workshop
course.
told me he's here.
Bro, what is going on?
Skiff.
Alright.
Yeah, get out of the way, you fucker.
Your equipment, Professor, not at Circa. Out there in the zone. Who knows?
Whoa. What is
Where's
going on?
The diode. Hey. You know, the technician.
You like asking questions, don't you? Diode said you asked him about some scanners.
The thing about the
Hold
scanner...
on, Dallin. Take a seat. Let's talk. Dima?
Bro, okay, the frame rate is just absolutely fucking shit out. This is terrible.
Colonel, if I may. It's Skiff, right? I need you... I need all of us to understand the urgency of the situation, given the extreme importance of our mission.
It's the radiation making me do
goes for
that.
you too, Skiff. I hear you've managed to activate one of our devices. The Institute's most valuable invention. You got it to work at the old bridge, didn't you? And the artifact? There was a faded artifact in the scanner. What happened to it?
I see the scanner. Tracing for anomalous activity
Oh.
in radio signals. Stalker PDA detected. Someone here! Oh, God.
Search him.
Oh. No, thank you.
I was there. I was attacked, just like your men. The scanner was stolen. And I'm looking for the scumbags who took it.
Dima, are you okay? Fuck it. We're all in the same boat. Help me find those bastards, Skiff. Maybe you know something I don't.
Oh, it's back to normal. What do I do? What do I show it or not? I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it.
Something similar happened to Varan, a bandit from Garbage. He had a scanner and...
What? Another goddamn scanner? Why are there bandits running around Garbage with your precious invention?
Another scanner?
Don't play dumb with me. At this point, there are more scanners in the zone than there are fucking stalkers.
I don't
well,
know
I
about
don't
that.
know if
Whoa, whoa, guys. Varan's men were attacked. But one of the attackers had this.
Holy shit. A monolith PDA. Now I can finally burn their fucking nest down. Wild Island. Fortifications.
Colonel.
2... No, 3. They're pretty heavily armed.
Colonel!
Where are they getting their equipment? Give me the radio. Zotov, come in.
The scanner and the artifact out there in the hands of lunatics, among the mud and the toxic waste. Colonel.
What?
Please. What if the scanner gets dashed in the fighting? These are not stalkers, but former monolithians. No, this is out of the question. I can't bear to think about it. Maybe
This sucks, man.
we should send some neutral person to the island. Someone who's already helped you. I mean us. Come on. Think about the risk. We could lose the very thing we've been striving to obtain.
Kurt, this is Zotov. I don't copy. Please repeat. Over. Colonel.
Just checking in. Over.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to introduce myself. My name is Dmitro Davin, and I'm the head of Circa.
Oh my god, dude. This sucks,
Temple of
bro.
Science, a haven for geniuses. A place where the Holy Grail is not sought, but invented. The scanner is the Institute's greatest achievement. But right now, all that really matters is the revived artifact at the heart of it. If you get it back, our dream can become a reality. Mankind will be transformed. We'll open the way for future technology. And it will all be thanks to you. Thanks to your courage and dedication to progress. You'll be leading the way. The brink of a new scientific era.
That's wonderful, man. But I'm here because the anomaly burned down my home on the mainland, and someone's gotta pay for it.
This cannot be.
But it did.
Another of your miscalculations, eh, Einstein? Skiff, head over to Wild Island and find their leader, Stride. He'll know where the gang hangs out. And if you can persuade him,
Can I
he
pause
just
it
may
or not?
tell you
No.
what kind of shady business they've gone and got themselves into. I'll get you a new one. Take this.
What's
It'll
that?
come in handy if someone gives you the silent
Oh,
treatment.
we've got a badge.
Good luck, soldier.
We're laughing. We've got a little badge. Okay, I need to go anyway, man. I've got to get up quite early tomorrow. So, I'll watch a quick video about Atomfall before we go. Dude, look, it's fucked, man. It's fucked. It's just fucked up. It's totally fucked. I can't even pause the game.
Hey, what? Strelok 2? Yeah. I heard he once got so drunk he...
Strelok, isn't that the guy from the original game? Bro, this game is so fucking garbage sometimes, man. Okay, anyway, there we go. Have fun with the other kids tomorrow. Yeah, sure. It's I will be there Sunday. I just don't know the time, but yeah, tomorrow. There's basically this this restaurant that my basically I took my kids out the other day for like a meal, and like one of my kids got really upset because they wanted to go to this particular restaurant, and they were like literally crying because they couldn't go there, you know. And I said that, oh, I'll take, because I knew I had them tomorrow, so I said, I'll tell you what, I'll take it on Saturday. I'll take it on Saturday. They are very spoiled, unfortunately. Very spoiled indeed. Okay, where is it? Let's have a look. What is it called? Atomfall. Where is it? Let's have a look. Atomfall, new survival action game.
Rated M for mature.
Whoa. I like Rebellion games.
There? I need help. Who are you? What are you doing in here? You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale atom plant. That's where it all went wrong.
Hey up, stranger. Not seen you around this stretch before?
The protocol force is here to protect.
New faces often mean trouble, and yet they may bring new opportunities too. Certain death if you choose to enter the woods.
What's on your mind here?
Come into the light where I can see you.
Keep your eyes open. The voice in the soil. You're not welcome here. Oi! Back off!
Yeah. What do you reckon? There's actually a slightly longer. I can watch this before I go.
British history.
I did watch a bit of it yesterday, but...
Rated M for mature.
If you've been waiting for a special occasion to break out your hazmat suit, then look no further than Atomfall. Here at Rebellion, we are excited to introduce you to this new world and what it has to offer. However, there's far more to Atomfall than what we can showcase in a single video. This is just a glimpse of what's to come. Atomfall is a brand new, single-player, first-person action survival game set in a post-war Britain. It will have you traversing the Lake District of Northern England, uncovering mysteries about the quarantine zone and the people that inhabit it.
My name's Molly. I got some bits and bobs for sale.
My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers.
Atomfall takes place in a fictional quarantine in 1962, just 5 years after the real-life event of the Windscale Fire, the worst nuclear disaster in British history. However, in this altered version of history, there are more mysterious...
Wait, are those arrows? They've got bows and arrows in them. Okay, this is quite intriguing. Also, it's probably going to be a very white game, which is always good to hear.
Mysterious and sinister things at play behind the scenes.
Or Wicker Man.
And you must uncover the secrets of what happened. It's up to you to discover the truth behind the disaster and figure out just how much of this world can be saved.
It doesn't matter what else happened, as long as the truth of this place gets out.
Before you can set out on that quest, you'll awaken in the quarantine zone with little knowledge about who you are, the life you've lived, and certainly the strange new world around you. A rather nasty bout of amnesia.
You're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry.
Are you a law-abiding citizen? A terrifying menace to those around you? Or are you perhaps someone just trying their best to survive in a dangerous, unfamiliar place? The choice is yours, and Atomfall gives you the freedom to embody any role. A village in one of the areas you will visit is controlled by a military group that was sent in to set up and maintain the quarantine after the disaster. A noble cause, but some might question the lengths they've gone to restore order.
I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff.
Armed soldiers patrolling
Not
the roads of the village. Robotic sentinels on a hair trigger, prepared to attack at even the slightest hint of aggression.
Whoa.
And villagers who live in fear as a result.
Soldiers will string you up for anything these days, and my husband was exploring where they don't like you to explore.
Does this group really have the villagers' best interest at heart?
Very
Step out of
quaint.
line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given.
Outside of the village is a lawless land filled with bandits and cultists.
Oh wow!
Who don't care if you're friendly or not.
That looks cool.
And will attack you on sight.
Be cautious.
There are so many things to consider on your journey through Atomfall. Exploration is a critical component of the experience, especially when it comes to your survival. The quarantine zone is in the idyllic countryside of northern England, but it is not as it once was. An abandoned rail yard, a derelict stone quarry, and verdant rolling hills contain more than just pieces of a prior civilization. As you explore these places, you'll find secret bandit hideouts, mysterious messages, secrets, clues, and leads that might help you figure out
This
how
looks pretty
the world
good.
fell apart. These can lead you to
Has anyone
eccentric
played it?
characters, secret hideaways, or even the rundown bunkers of the British Atomic Research Division. You'll never know when or where fragments of the bigger picture will be brought into focus, but you will always need to be on guard. These facilities may not be as populated as they once were. However,
Oh wow, that looks cool.
halls are often patrolled by the same robots used to patrol the rest of the quarantine zone, as well as irradiated feral creatures that won't hesitate to tear you apart. You will also come across caves and underground tunnels that seem to have been affected by the Windscale disaster the most. Glowing plants and mushrooms cover the walls, floor and ceiling of these places, giving off a hazy fog that makes them more dangerous to traverse than other places you may go. However,
The environment is not all you need to worry about. The same terrifying ferals found in the bunkers also live in these areas.
What race
You
are these
will not stop to
bandits?
ask questions before trying to tear you
I need to
apart.
know before I buy.
Be sure to be well equipped to handle these creatures, and be extra cautious, as not everything is as it seems.
You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale Atom Plant.
How are you going to defend yourself against all these threats? You're going to need weapons, supplies, and materials, all of which you can find through scavenging the locations of Atomfall. However, if you truly want to survive, some things may need to be taken by force. The weapons you will come across include melee weapons, like the cricket bat, or ranged weapons, like pistols, rifles,
Oh,
and shotguns.
great.
Each with their own strengths and weaknesses. During your journey through Atomfall, you may even unlock the ability to upgrade your weapons and give them more power. The ammo for these weapons will be in short supply, so you must either find or craft what you need to survive. However, weapons are not the only thing you will need on your journey. You will gather resources, like cloth and alcohol, to craft various items, to heal yourself, or harm your enemies. Over time, you'll expand your crafting abilities to create more aggressive tools of self-protection. Other tools at your disposal include a flashlight to light the dark paths ahead, and a trusty metal detector to locate buried caches of supplies. A handy ping will alert you when one of these caches is nearby, signaling you to equip the metal detector and begin the hunt. When you aren't scavenging for materials or searching for buried treasure, you might also find various manuals that contain valuable knowledge. These manuals will imbue your character with new skills across 4 categories: ranged combat, melee combat, survival, and conditioning. Even at the end of the world, knowledge is power. Careful selection of which skills you focus on will determine your playstyle and the path you carve out for yourself in Atomfall. We won't be going fully in depth on these skills and what each one entails right now, but as you progress, you will need to pick and choose what type of playstyle you want to focus on in Atomfall.
I really should stop talking. No personal.
Dude,
Can't trust
I'm never
anyone
going to complete this though. That's the problem.
We hope you enjoyed the first glimpse into the world of Atomfall. Leave a comment with what you are most excited to see when the game releases on March 27th, 2025. Atomfall will be releasing day 1 on Game Pass, Xbox
No
Series,
minorities,
and Xbox
number
One
1.
consoles. You can also play on PC through Windows, Steam, and Epic Games, as well as PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Stay tuned for an upcoming video that will delve deep into some of the gameplay mechanics we mentioned here. This is going to be a game you don't want to miss out on.
I mean, I'll give it a go. But I'm just a bit like, I'm never going to complete it, you know? So it just seems a bit futile to even start. But maybe we'll see. Probably. I'll do a multiplayer game next week and then maybe go back to Stalker. I don't know. Guys, I'm getting a bit bored of Stalker, I must say. I'm getting a bit bored of it now. I feel like I do need to mix it up a bit. But then what if I don't come back and finish it? Oh, no. Right, guys. As always, thank you for watching. So as I said, I'm off tomorrow. I'll be back on Sunday at some point. It is Mother's Day in the UK. So I'm not sure what time. But we'll probably get into this Noah Samson allegation and see what else there is. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Good luck, Godspeed, have fun, and I'll see you later. Au revoir and goodbye. Win stream. Thank you. Goodbye.